over.
Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck is fucking? How did you so fucking fuck? Fuck! Game over, man. Game over.
Wait a minute. There's things here. There's trees. There's rocks. There's birds. There's squirrels. Come on! We'll bless them all until the end for sticking. Join me!
Go fuck yourself.
Ever threatening when your husband thinks of me is fucking lit.
I'm retarded?
Coach, I've got AIDS. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh! 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 Stop it!
I'm gonna be honest. I almost want to steal. I almost want to steal that joke. That is a damn good joke. Mikey Two Milks. I have arrived and come to the conclusion that I don't carry emotional baggage. That shit is for women. I have a grief case. That is beautiful. Oh. Ryobi Power Vibe saying, I agree to watch this dirty content. I mean, well, dirty. What's dirty? What's broken besides my floor mat? Makes it really hard. I love I got the mat so I could roll around easily with the wheels of the chair. And now that a piece of it busted, guess what doesn't happen? At any rate, so we have a show for you guys today going until 5:30, so I hope you're saddled in and ready to go because it's the last show of 2023. So we got to make it a good one. If not now, when? Alrighty, so we're going again until, I'm just got scar tissue from a surgery from a while back, and now it itches once in a while, so I'm sorry. I have tit itch, I guess we could call that. Is that a tit itch? Is this a man boob? Is it not? I don't know. It's pudgy. At any rate, we're going to try sitting back a little bit so I can not have to bend over quite so much to adjust my legs, a little more space. All right. Hey, Johnny, how's it going today, sir? Well, St. Caesar, we're doing all right. It's the last show of the year, so I mean, well, we will be doing a smoke show, but I don't count those as actual Game Over podcast shows. Those are just fun fuck around things. So it's my last show of 2023. I'm enjoying the finality of it. Like, hey, it's the last one. After this, we're done doing shows in 2023. No more shows in 2023 after today. It's been fun. Anyways, 2024 is going to be a real rodeo, and I've got my spurs on, says Luke Duke. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear. Maybe not gulp your water so much. Just a thought. Alrighty. So I've got that's my music panel. We're not listening to music. We're doing a show. We have our show fully loaded for the one of the few times. We're good to go. We're just kind of letting people filter in, and then we're gonna saunter on into this whole thing. Like I said, we're gonna hang out for about 3.5 hours, and then we'll call it a year. We'll call it a year. It's been one. 2024 should be awfully interesting. Hedge your bets. That's all I'm saying. All right. We've got for our show today, we've got a story about Bobby Jean Carter, I think Aaron Carter's sister, dead in a bathroom. Really suspicious. Now she's gone too. They all have drug control issues. It also certainly gives some credence to people who say, well, it also gives credence to the Kanye theory. I mean, it does. It's scary. The Carter, yes. Nick the Carter. And we also have for stories today, we've got a rogue wave that attacked a beach. We're going to watch a bunch of people get hit by that. We've got news on the Trump ballot situation in Colorado and news on a Trump ballot situation, I think, in Maine. It's interesting. We should have just called it the Trump ballot show because we're going to just keep people updated on what ballots he's allowed to be part of now. Just because they keep, you know what, this bothers me. I don't know why Aaron always likes me to have the angle tilted down a bit, but it edges the screen. You know, I'm kind of sad it's sunny outside and my background looks like shit. It is cold. Well, but it's not snowing, though. So you know what? We don't have snow. We're going back to the relaxing room. Mackie, I really like the background. Fuck. All right, never mind. Somebody liked it. We're going to go back. There you go, Mackie. Thank you for being part of the show. And thank you for tuning in on Rumble. I love seeing everybody over on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Super awesome to have all of you guys here today. We're going, again, until 5:30. We'll start with our first story that we're going to talk about, the Nick Carter thing. Bobby Jean Carter, sister of Nick and Aaron Carter, has died at 41 years old, and new details are emerging about her tragic death. The Hillsborough Sheriff's Department confirmed to Fox News Digital that Carter was found unresponsive in the bathroom of her Florida home. On December 23rd of 2023, Hillsborough County Fire and Rescue crews arrived at the home. They discovered the woman, who later identified as Bobby Jean Carter. She was immediately transported to St. Joseph's Hospital in Tampa, where she was declared dead by hospital medical staff at around 8:02 p.m. Began a death investigation into the case. The deputies learned that Carter was on probation for cocaine possession, but according to her roommate, she had not used any narcotics since her release from prison. No narcotics or personal paraphernalia were located in Miss Carter's room or bathroom. Deputies observed no signs of foul play. Authorities told Fox News Digital that the medical examiner's office had been notified. Deputies additionally shared that their team stayed with Carter's 8-year-old daughter until her next of kin arrived from Orlando. So she had an 8-year-old kid? Oh. Just. But she was clean. No drugs. Weird. Dead and unresponsive. In Hillsborough, Florida. Classic. What? Hot tub background. Win make that money. I actually can't sit in a hot tub. It's really sad. I can't sit in a hot tub. It's not good for me. And as for a hot tub background, I kind of want to get out of the whole digital background thing for a little while anyway. I kind of want to go to a real one for a bit. I missed, and so did you, Fettuccine. You missed as well. I missed the old background with the flag and everything else. I missed that setup. It wasn't ideal in terms of how it was located in the room and everything else, but it had its ups. Alrighty, so moving along. That's the end of that. That picture always grosses me out. All right, so let's get over to this story that we wanted to talk about. Well, actually, should we? Should we? Just got a snowball thrown at us. I better check on the sticker party thing, too, just so that way it doesn't sneak up on me. Oh, dear Lord, yeah, we're close. We're edging on the sticker party. Taste Fairy, hello, Johnny. Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas. A Deadpool quote. I don't know why I decided that deserved a smoke in the bong, but it did. So that's what it got.
I have a micro penis. This is how I break the news.
Nice placement. He landed it right on my fucking face. Oh, well, not my face, my forehead. Actually fitting kind of on the forehead for an Aaron quote. That was actually a good spot. Congratulate. You know what? 20 points to him. 20 points to, is that fettuccine poo-poo? 20 points to him. Points are not real. You cannot claim them. They're not good for anything, but congratulations. Alrighty. So, moving along, we have a show. We might as well do one. Let's get into our next story. That was a lovely segue. I didn't know how I was going to transition from A to B, and then someone throws a snowball and a Deadpool at my face. There you go. Alrighty, so we have our story that we're talking about next here. If you don't know, New York has been getting buses of migrants from Texas as a way of Texas showing New York and other states that have been very opinionated about the southern border situation, how it feels to receive just oncoming groups and waves. And in a weird twist of fate, wouldn't you know it, New York has said, stop sending people, we can't take anymore. So Mayor Eric Adams has made an executive order regarding the rate at which immigrants can enter New York in buses. Because if you know anything, just like Texas gets to make an executive order at the rate at which people can just walk through the fucking border. So let's go ahead and look at this one. We got a video on it. We're going to play it.
Turning now to the migrant crisis. Yeah, there are new concerns that Mayor Adams'
Oh.
latest executive order, which limits...
I got a
buses
migrant
can arrive in
crisis,
the city,
too.
will mean that migrants will start getting dropped off in the suburbs.
Fox 8's Morgan McKay joins us now in studio. Morgan, what does the mayor's team have to say about that?
Well, Teresa and Natasha, more than 7,200 migrants have arrived here in the city in just the last 2 weeks. And for the most part, the city had no idea when or how many would be arriving each day. So now they're issuing...
Yeah. Add a couple more zeros, and now we're talking what we see in Texas. I really, I'm sorry. I have trouble feeling bad for you guys when you read your statistics and the numbers are and these are the people we're seeing. These are the numbers of people we're seeing. And really, we had no way of knowing how many. It's just too much to handle. Yeah, we said that about the southern border. We were called racist or assholes or whatever. And now all of a sudden that it's at your doorstep. Ooh, bitty boo.
New rules on how migrants are dropped off, but they admit this could lead to an influx of migrants in places like Westchester and New Jersey.
Those who knowingly violate it do so at their peril.
The Adams administration warning bus companies transporting migrants to New York City that they can only drop off migrants at certain times during the week. If not, then these bus companies could be charged with a Class B misdemeanor, possible fines, a lawsuit, and their buses could be impounded.
Merry
Christmas, little
Well, now we have a sticker party.
We know that you're in there.
I was about to have a rant. Now I have a sticker party. Egg Picker saying hi. Hey, Egg Picker, how you doing? Rite will be powered by The Left is invading my pants. Dude, the left is, the That lady, wow. You know, I'm just, maybe it's because it's been a while. I don't know. Damn. In 2024, I'm ready to find somebody. And I wouldn't mind if it were her. Holy shit, she's a smoke show. You know? I'm down here in Texas, in Houston. Looks like a bus depot. Just on one city block, you can count at least 200 to 300 people with duffel bags waiting to get shipped. Right, but you see, but New York's had enough. So New York would really, really like it if you stopped sending people. Okay? Like we're just, you know, how fucking uptight leftist elitist attitude is that? Oh, we don't want you to send buses unless it's at these exact times that we can prep for it. Now, we are still not going to support any idea or any thought of actually locking down the border to kind of stem this tide at its source. No. We're just saying you deal with it. It's not our problem. We want to ship it off to the suburbs, drop them off in New Jersey.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year.
It's just so hypocritical. Damn near funny. Thank you for the sticker party. Really appreciate that. We're having a great time here on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Thank you guys for being part of the program. We are on, what is it, the 15th. We're $25 away from knocking out our show goal on the 15th. So Control C, Control V, boom. Oh, wait, what? What the fuck did that? Today, the last... Oh, my dear God. Can I remove this? Can someone delete that? I'm going to wipe my chat box out. That wasn't... Oh, I'm a dick. Let's clear that out. Boop. I'm an asshole. Oh, my God. That was not supposed to be what that is. That's supposed to be this. Just this. There we go. Let's do it like that. There we go. Enter. Fall in the grate. That's right. Johnny, I'm going to miss you. I can't believe I can't see you till 2024. Yeah, it's going to be a while, man. It's going to be a hot minute. I mean, we're not even changing our show schedule. So you're going to have to deal. And then one for Rumble, even though I don't know that you guys can click these links, but either way, they're in the description. So yes, anything we get today and everywhere else, it's going to just knock that goal out moving forward. All right, back to the show and the stuff we have to talk about. So the migrant bus thing, we were playing this.
NYPD has a variety of tools at their disposal.
Oh, wait, let's go back. Are we young to midnight any days? Are we young? Oh, you mean going till midnight? Why do people want me to go till midnight? What is the deal with that? Dude, you gotta go till midnight. Like, why? Why do I have to? Sunday, I'm gonna do the regular Sunday show. And then, again, with me, the thing with doing shows that go late is that there are people who live upstairs above me that will disrupt them. Johnny, they want to see your balls drop. Me too, but it hasn't happened yet. Odds are it won't happen. Go all night longer. Thank you, Rite. Be powered by. No, I will not go all night longer. Doing an all-night stream thing would... doing all-night streams or late-night streams would require some interesting construction choices that I've been considering. But that would also require... all-night streaming means I have to get the green screen thing dropped, because we can't do all-night streaming. As it is, the lighting in here has to be so bright for the green screen. I don't... Look how bad it washes me out. I've been getting sick of it for that reason alone. And so I can't find a way to fix it. I've tried a couple of things. But we'll, maybe ditch the green screen for a bit and go back to the... Just go buy a couple AA batteries and do it myself, I guess. Fucking mount the damn thing. And then we'll just do that. Yeah, there we go. I've muttered by myself enough. How about a goddamn show? Here we go. Back to the immigrant crisis.
Disposal, including seizure of evidence, impounding of evidence, but this is going to be treated like any other law.
Mayor Eric Adams signed an executive order Wednesday afternoon that will require charter buses transporting migrants give New York City at least 32 hours advance notice, drop off migrants only.
You know, just like the southern border of Texas gets 32 hours advance notice from every arriving, person. Falling the Great. Fuck that guy. Yeah, honestly, cry me a river with your crocodile tears, Dick.
Go fuck yourself.
Between 8:30 a.m. and 12 p.m. Monday through Friday, and only at one designated spot at the Port Authority bus terminal. This comes after 14 buses arrived in just one day last week, breaking the previous record. There is a 32-hour grace period before this executive order goes into effect, but that means by Friday afternoon, these new rules will be enforceable. Legal Aid says they agree that better coordination is needed. However, they are worried this could lead to some migrants being dropped off in random areas.
Yeah.
We don't want any other extreme issues that could occur, such as bus drivers dropping people in unsafe places.
Unsafe places. I'm not worried about these people landing in unsafe places. You know why? Because they shouldn't be here. Exactly. Drop them off in Kensington, man. Ryobi powered vibe. Like New York City. Yeah, New York City's super safe. That's right. Back where you came from. Wow, Fallen the Great. Jesus Christ. Wow, he is irritable. In general, just I'm sorry if they want to go somewhere safe. Remember, this is the land of opportunity and milk and honey. If you land on Kensington, you think, hey, maybe this place ain't all it's cracked up to be. At least you're informed. Because if you thought every place was golden rows and avenues, I'm sorry, maybe we should put them in some of the shittier parts. Weed out the people that only came here because the brochure looked good. You know what I mean? Seek out the ones that are really like, no, man, I don't care if this is an advanced difficulty setting. I'm playing this game and I'm winning it. Like, we want those people. But the people that are like, what do you mean I don't get handouts in a room at a 5-star hotel? That guy is defecating on the street. Why I never? Well, you may go, sir. The worst part is, for a lot of them, you drop them off in Kensington. They're like, "Hey, what the hell? Did I just take a time warp back home?" Except there's drugs here. Oh. Fallen the Great saying you want someplace safe. There's plenty of open desert. Well, people would argue that that's not safe because you're not safe from the elements and then the exposure, and there's a lack of access to resources and people and water and I'm just saying, I get your point, but no. Oh shit! Let's drop the chat off the screen for just a second and keep the video playing. I want to see if that news anchor lady shows back up, and I want an unobstructed view.
Overall, we understand wanting the city to have a little bit more communication around arrivals.
Chicago's mayor said that they've already implemented a similar policy, and this prompted Texas Governor Greg Abbott to then just send migrants to the suburbs surrounding the city. The Adams administration says they are aware something similar could happen here in New York and are urging counties like Westchester to issue their own executive order to limit buses carrying migrants.
Right. But what does Texas get to do to limit migrants entering their state? I love the not in my backyard attitude. This fence-sitting bullshit of, look, we can't keep doing this, so we have strict rules on how and when it's going to happen, so that way it's something we can deal with. Great. But again, nobody's saying, and we want if Eric Adams was saying, look, this is what we're doing, and we want these same kind of rules imposed on the southern border, limits on the southern border, rules. We had laws a couple of years ago. I mean, seriously, I'm tired of hearing how Donald Trump almost overthrew the government on January 6th, and nobody cares that Joe Biden has at the very least nonchalantly left the back door open to just get invaded passively by random people. Oh, but again, as for dropping these people off in a safe place, I would argue they didn't come from a safe place. They don't need to land in a safe place. And you could say that's very cold-hearted of you. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is cold-hearted of me. But there's a reason for that. Because I have a safe place, and my daughter has a safe place, and I have resources and things to make that happen. And if I keep inviting people in with literally no regard, that will eventually change. And I'm simply trying to fight that tide as long as I can.
They'll be having a conversation with surrounding states like New Jersey as well.
It is not our intention to shift any burdens, but we have no idea. It's quite frankly unpredictable.
It's not our intention to shift any burdens. Texas. It's on the southern border. You might have heard of it. It's a state. Arizona, New Mexico, California to a lesser extent. Do you realize that they are the burden you are shifting from at the very least? Like, it's just really weird. I keep hitting the play button on the screen because I have no audio. I only realized that was you pausing the video. Right? You have no audio? What do you mean you have no audio?
Now, the Adams administration also mentioned today that they have reached out to Texas Governor Greg Abbott about a year ago on this migrant issue and sending buses, but Abbott did not respond. They say the mayor has also been very public with his calls for more coordination, but they say they haven't responded to that either. Teresa and Natasha?
Damn it. They cut away when I was waiting for Teresa and Natasha. Thirsty, damn it. It's dry here in the desert. I'm thirsty. Alrighty, so Rusty Grammar, I hope we got that fixed for you. Now you realize that the show is still going. Good to see you all on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. Love having everybody on all of the channels. Great numbers when you add them all together. Super awesome. But glad everybody's here. That's the situation in the southern border. I call it that, even though it's happening in New York, because, again, Texas is kind of a problem. Alrighty, so let's get back to our stories and our show, because we're halfway through the first hour. We're going all the way till 5:30, and we're going to... My Bluetooth was turned down in the cab, so it was 100% Rusty problems. Well, yeah, you're right. I was I glanced at my shit just to make sure I didn't have a blip. But yeah, no, it's all good. I just was like, wait a minute, you don't have any audio. Uh-oh. Now we got a problem. Oh, hey, everybody, we got a kitten. It's the Kidder. Where's your sound drop? Just because I love you. I love you, kitty. Mer.
That's one fucking nice kitty right there.
All right, it's the kitten. Hi, kitty, says Egg Picker. See, Tag, you have an audience and fans. Alrighty. Little lap cat. Okay, so let's get to this video that I wanted to talk about.
Now at 11.
Nope. Oh, I guess it's a news story, so we can just let them play it. Do you wash that kitty? Well, I mean, she cleans herself. She doesn't really like baths. Well, actually, of all the cats, she's the most water friendly. I suppose I could bathe this kitty. I just trim her nails and I get her steroid treatments because my cat has an expensive medical condition. Everyone in this house is dying of something. All right, let's go ahead and move over here. Now live from Florida.
Naive to the
California.
Mother Nature, people standing at the edge of a beach in Ventura thinking they're safe. They're actually in very real danger by a rogue wave. Some go running, others knocked off their feet. One man was recording on his phone as the wave hit.
Oh no!
No. I'm sorry. You guys, it was a good try. It was a good try. This video can be better. We'll start by muting your audio. Give it just a minute. Now we need to do it. Here we go. I've got better audio for you guys. This would work a lot better. You should have done it this way.
Oh! 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 Stop it! Oh! 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 Stop it!
It's better that way, isn't it? Rusty Grammar, that's one nice fucking kitty. She is a good kitty. Rogue wave. The fuck? There's waves in the ocean all the time. Rogue wave is a wave that is larger than normal and not moving with the tide. A rogue wave is a wave caused by any number of things. A lot of times they build up a lot of steam, but the reason it's a rogue wave is because, say, at a low or mid tide, this giant wave comes rushing in. Nobody expects it. It's a rogue wave. Rogue wave. All right, we'll let you guys have your audio back. I'm sorry. I really wanted to use that sound drop. Just because, again, who doesn't love...
Oh! 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 Stop it!
Literally running for their lives, the rushing water chasing people for more than a block. And watch again from the first angle, and you can see multiple people knocked off their feet. First responders say 8 people were taken to hospitals for their injuries. And this is just one part of the impact the high surf is having. Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay kicks off our coverage live in Oxnard with a closer look at what people
Hey, how you doing?
Are dealing with. Sophie.
David, that's right. And just about an hour ago, the city of Oxnard announced that they will be closing public beaches Friday through Sunday. And, you know, that sounds like a...
No public beaches in Oxnard! I just realized, here, I'll take my camera off the screen. I just realized this is in Oxnard. There's a town called Oxnard. It's full of Oxnards, also known as Nardtards. What the... Oxnard. Oxnard. I don't know why that seems to me the important. Let's go surfing, everyone. Let's learn how. Come on, Safari. Oh, that's an old song. Any idea what happened with Steel Toe this morning? What do you mean what happened with Steel Toe this morning? Yeah, Oxnard, California. Oxnard is weird. What do you mean what happened with Steel Toe this morning? They were on till 10:30. Did something happen? They did their 15 minutes on something crashed after 45 minutes, and they didn't have a show. It was on Rumble. Yeah, they went to Rumble the whole time. That must be huge, delicious Nardi in that town. I don't know what Nardi is. But yes, it was on Rumble. As far as I know, everything went as normal.
A good idea, because folks that have lived here for years say they've never seen waves quite like this.
I'm sorry, I can't let you do it. I can't, in good conscience, let you do it. We'll go here. Nope.
Parking.
Nope. I really wish I hadn't put this one so far away.
Oh! 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 Stop it!
Today. Another angle catches the wave roll over seaward wall, showing some folks getting swept down the street.
The waves.
I'm gonna come.
I mean, I'm a water guy.
Thank you.
Fuck off.
Oh, dude, you're fucked. Which dude? So many dudes are fucked. But this guy's a water guy. Let's get back to this interview. I kind of rode over him.
I mean, I'm a water guy. I've sailed scuba diving. These were 15-plus foot waves this morning.
Never seen them.
I'm gonna come.
Never seen them. And we've been here for 10 years.
Do not come.
A dozen people saved by water rescue crews in Ventura, plus a state lifeguard seen being pulled out of the water just south of the pier. These high tides are a dream come true for surfers, but dangerous. First responders tending to an overboard fisherman in Oxnard Harbor tonight.
It's very sketchy, very high waves. Emergency vehicles have been called out here multiple times.
I'm gonna come.
The day.
High tides washed out the streets near the sea in Ventura County. Cars seen slowly trying to make it down Mandalay Beach Road. One man even paddleboarding with his daughter down the same street. People living here say the flooding cleared quickly, but left a wet, sandy mess for them to clean up as they prepare for a couple more days with a high surf advisory.
This house is 4 feet above the ground.
And the retaining wall.
I'm about 10 feet from the street. If water comes to me, we're in trouble.
It's up to us to be safe, to not go in the water and challenge it with like the boats and things that we have.
If the water comes up to me,
I'm gonna come.
hold on.
This house is 4 feet above the ground.
And the retaining
I'm
wall.
about 10 feet from the street. If water comes to me,
I'm holding it to my butthole right now.
if water comes to me,
Oh, and I can't think right now for the poop.
comes to me,
Go fuck yourself.
street. If water comes to me,
I'm retarded.
And one last one.
10 feet from the street. If water comes to me,
I'm gonna come.
All right, there we go. That Trump clip, a sound alert. The Trump clip is not a sound alert in any way, shape, or form. I think I'm gonna make that a sticker. If I could steal the snowball animated sticker and slap that sound effect on it just every time,
I'm gonna come.
that would be great. But I bet they don't let you do that. I bet they don't let you do that. All right, here we go.
we're in trouble.
It's up to us to be safe, to not go in the water and challenge it with like the boats and things that we have.
David, you'll notice behind me that the street is clear. There's really no cars left on the street, which is a good thing because the next high tide is expected to roll in just about 30 minutes here in Ventura County.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC 7.
You really just went from good to bad on that. I'm sorry, I was enjoying that. And whoa, now, hello, I'm Mark Brown, and I just killed your erection. All right, so there we go. So yes, it's apparently rogue waves. How did many fat whales break their water? Whack and cough? Wow. I want to pull a Biden and oh, Jesus, Fallen the Great. Fallen, what has gotten into you, man? Aren't you a father? Don't you need to be a role model? Jesus Christ, man. That is just abrasive. Wow. And just, I mean, honestly, like, I mean, he admits it by saying, I want to pull a Biden, but it's just a touch. Hair sniffing. Just always. I mean, if you want to creep someone out, I guess, just sniff their hair. We're in trouble. Guy seems like he's ready. What? Oh. Fucking Fallen Great. Roll on these nuts. Uh-oh. All right. Did someone spot Caitlin Bennett? What a smoke show. I have no idea what we're talking about. Caitlin Bennett. No idea. I wasn't I don't think we have a story about Caitlin Bennett. So yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and say no. We do have stories and things to go all the way till 5:30, which is another 3 hours of show. And this next one we're going to catch up on is kind of a no-brainer. I feel a lot of us are probably Florida. Wait, we didn't. Don't bend over near me. You're asking for it. That's a weird thing to say, and it's my studio. I'll bend over if I need to. It's my studio, and I'll bend if I need to. That sounds bad. It's because he did the Beach Boys song. Now you're stuck in a loop. Why do you let this happen every time? Anyhow, let's get to this story. Trump is back on the ballot in Colorado. In a move that I think shocks no one, surprises incredibly few, and disappoints a lot of libtards. Trump is back on the primary ballot in Colorado. And don't worry, there's a lot of people pushing to get him off of the ballot in other places. We even have a story about it. Why are we dinging? Oh, I don't care. Not my problem. Oh, we do have the phone line thing open. We're going to do that after. We're going to do that in the second hour. We're going to put the phone number up and take calls if they're not private and see how that goes. Anyways, I'm surprised they didn't wait until the Supreme Court made it. Yeah, that is a surprise. It happened a lot faster than I expected to, but I did kind of see this coming. I did in fact see it coming. I'm
gonna come. Oh! Stop it!
I had to have that one on quick draw. Just, if I have it.
Stop it!
All right. So, he's back on the ballot in Colorado. There is, I'm sure November will be all right for you if this is going to be interesting. The Colorado Republican Party filed on Wednesday asking the U.S. Supreme Court to look at the lower court's ruling that disqualified Trump from running on the presidential ballot in the state due to his role in the January 6th Capitol riot. Colorado Secretary of State Gina Gershall announced that Trump will, for the time being, remain on the ballot, which goes to print on January 5th, unless the Supreme Court affirms the lower court's ruling or otherwise declines to take on the appeal. So, I mean, he's technically not off the ballot yet, but he could be, but the odds are slim. It really would have to be the Supreme Court recuses itself of answering. That's the only way I see it. There's no way the Supreme Court will uphold and affirm the decision because of how purely biased and prejudiced it is. And there's no way that I see them just blanket passing a decision immediately, but they're going to vote for him if they do, right? Like that's just going to be what it is. But then everyone's going to assume that so many of those people were Trump appointed that they will be somehow loyal to him. So maybe it'll all be a big hubbubaloo. But yes, he's back on the ballot in Colorado. The only credit I give to him, to the people wanting to take him off the ballot, is that. Oh, what is it? Tag, did you get a hair in my eye? Oh. At any rate, so if they take him off the ballot in Colorado, it'll only be because the Supreme Court literally just we refuse to take on the appeal, and that would be the only hope that they have for it. I still don't know that would that matter? I don't know. Alrighty, so we're almost out of time in the first hour, so let's round up our first hour stories here. A plane breaks through thin ice on Minnesota ice fishing lake 2 days after 35 anglers were rescued. As April would say, how many signs do you need that you're not supposed to be there? The water hasn't even frozen. There's no snow on the ground. I get having a hobby. I get like doing something. I'm over here now, John. Twitch is a giant steaming pile of horse shit and kicked me out of your stream 4 times. I'm sorry. We're sorry. Happy to have you over here on YouTube, though. Thank you for still being a part of the show, Mikey, because you're a part of the show. All right, so the plane breaking through thin ice on Minnesota. Why did a plane land on the ice? Is my question. Is my question. My other question is why the fuck are people trying to fish on the ice? It's clearly warmer than it usually is. We can talk about the reasons, whatever, what have you. It's clearly warmer than usual this year. Why are you on the ice? Toastmaster saying the state court ruling would be considered legitimate if the high court declines to hear the case. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If the high court refuses to hear the case, the state court's ruling will be upheld, and Donald Trump will then be ixnayed from the primary ballot. But I doubt that the Supreme Court is going to refuse to hear the case. I doubt it. Just because there's going to be several others, as we have a story to get to later about another area where they're going to try to block Donald Trump from the ballot. It's just ridiculous. I would explain, but you won't play tummy sticks. Just gonna go over here. All right, so this next story that we're going to get, let's read through this real quick. A light plane carrying ice anglers broke through thin ice as it tried to land on a large lake in northwestern Minnesota on Tuesday. Why? Why did you try to land on a lake? Why were you carrying... The same lake where authorities had to rescue dozens of anglers who became trapped on an ice floe 2 days earlier. Upper Red Lake is considered one of Minnesota's premier ice fishing lakes, but the ice remains thin amid higher than normal temperatures. In Tuesday morning's incident, according to the Beltrami County Sheriff's Office, the pilot of the Cessna 172 identified what he believed was a safe landing area, but he had difficulty slowing down because of the lack of snow. The plane slid onto thin ice, and its nose broke through into open water. While the plane did not sink, both anglers got wet from the waist down. They were taken to a nearby resort where they were given dry clothing. And a slap upside the head for stupidity. On Sunday evening, emergency responders used an airboat to rescue 35 people after they became stranded on a piece of ice that broke away from the shore because of strong winds. During the rescue operation, the gap between the ice floe and the main ice sheet grew to about 100 yards. But everyone was rescued within about 4 hours, and there were no injuries. Unseasonably warm weather combined with the recent rain have resulted in inconsistent ice conditions, the sheriff's office said in a news release. At least 4 inches of clear, new ice is recommended for walking. Ice can never be considered 100% safe. If you become stranded on the ice, call for help. We would rather have trained responders assist than someone falling into the water. If it's not the first time... it is not the first time that ice shifting has stranded people in Upper Red Lake. Crews had to rescue more than 200 people in an incident last winter. Again, stop fishing on the ice, okay? Hopefully those geniuses were given a bill for each of their rescues. I would hope so. Like, dude, just stop fishing on the ice. It's a good time. We like to sit out on the ice. We got a raised bonfire that we put up, so we just sit by the fire and we go fishing. Go fuck yourself. If these guys were trying to play golf in a monsoon, would we feel sympathy for them? Hey, man, I'm in the eye of the storm, but I'm just trying to get a quick 9 rounds in. Yeah, but eventually there's a hurricane coming. Yeah, but I really love this hobby, and, it's the best chance I get, and the only time of the year that I get to hit this golf ball at the hole. No, but it's about to kill you. Show Chef saying, hey, Johnny. Oh, Show Q Chef? Hey, Show, if that's who you think are, hey, man, how you doing? But Johnny, nothing tastes better than a fried filet that was literally swimming in its natural habitat 5 minutes earlier. Yes, that may be true. But if you're going to go out onto the ice and put yourself in a life-threatening situation to capture that meal, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I'm not even saying you shouldn't be ice fishing. I'm saying the conditions are such that ice fishing this year, probably not a good idea. If the ice was fine, and then the ice is thinner than Johnny's ass hymen. Fallen, I really don't know what's going on with you, man. Okay. Fallen's having a time, I guess. All right, so pretty good, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't feel bad for the TARDIS for not knowing their environment. Right, here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I did see a guy in a boat today. Yeah, if you want to go out fishing and do it in a safe way, I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing, or even arguing, I'm not even saying anything about that. I'm saying, like, hey, let's fly a plane that's going to land on the ice so we can get right on the ice to fish on the ice. The weird obsession with the ice fishing. Like, I always thought it was just you did ice fishing because you wanted to fish and there was ice on the water, so that's the way you did it. But now it seems like with the way the weather's been lately, there are people like, no, I have to do the ice fishing thing where I make a hole in the ice and I pull a fish out. I just don't get it. Now he's on to music quotes. You and me going fishing in the dark. I fell through the ice and now I'm dead. Doesn't have the same ring to it. Just does not have the same ring to it. Lake ice is to be respected. Again, like I said, that's all I'm asking for. I'm saying it's not a hobby worth dying over. It's not a meal worth getting yourself killed over. Because the ice isn't there. We need more ice. Anyways. Many times I have gone ice fishing. We've only caught bottle bass. Still a good rhyme. I don't know. I'm not a rapper. At any rate, so the Tuesday morning incident, the plane slid into the ice, the nose broke through the water. Oh, no, we read all of that. We read all of that. We're done. We're done with it. Alrighty, so as we were talking about a moment ago, I should have done these stories back to back. As we were talking about it a moment ago, we'll jump over into this one. Colorado, back on the ballot. Trump apparently back on the ballot. Well, apparently Maine is banning Donald Trump from the presidential ballot. This story broke, 3 hours ago? We had to go to the BBC to get it. So let's go over to our friends at the BBC with Donald Trump being blocked from the Maine presidential ballot in 2024. I wonder how this one's going to go.
Donald Trump's 2024 election campaign says it will file a legal challenge to a ruling by the state of Maine to prevent him from contesting the Republican primary there. Maine is the second state to announce such a move after Colorado, with officials in both citing a clause in the Constitution which bans those who have engaged in insurrection from taking political office. The U.S. Supreme Court is likely to make the ultimate decision as...
Really, really weird. It's almost like they set that whole thing up. Oh, man. Because nobody called it. They always, it's insurrection. What, BBC? It was on our local news here in New York City this morning. Oh. Well, BBC does news for America, too. And, I mean, do we need is that a problem? Is that a problem? She has a nice accent. I mean, Lucky Card Lane. I can. Do you really need me? Do I have to get a local one? I could try looking.
To whether he can run for president. Live to Thomas Gift now, who is director of the Centre on US Politics at University College London. Good to see you. Can you explain to us what exactly this constitutional insurrection clause is?
Well, it's great to be with you, Lucy, as always. Essentially, Section 3 says that individuals who have engaged in insurrection or rebellion are ineligible for running for president. And essentially, defenders of Donald Trump are going to say that this ruling by the Maine Secretary of State is unconstitutional for a few reasons. One is that the provision requires that Congress do this and not individual states. Second, that the insurrectionist clause applies explicitly to officers of the United States and that the president arguably doesn't qualify under that criteria. And then third, the Constitution already sets out provisions for executive impeachment under Article 2, Section 4. So the claim is that the 14th Amendment was never designed to substitute for that accountability mechanism.
Thomas,
that is a lot of jargon. Holy Jesus. Rusty Grammar Patriot boner. No, but not breaking news from the UK. LOL, I'm high just rambling. Hey, man, dude. Welcome to the club.
There's obviously some urgency now with it appearing before the Supreme Court. We could see other states following suit as well. How does that work in terms of the timing?
Well, practically, the Supreme Court has no choice. It has to take up this case because the worst possible outcome would be to have a scattershot process where Trump is ordered off the ballot in some states, allowed to stay on it in others, and all this confusion occurs against the backdrop of the primaries. You know, if it's not ruled on, it could also create a layer of other complications. State Republican parties could say that they're going to circumvent these rulings by shifting from primaries to caucuses.
I don't mean to interrupt this story, but Chevy JB made a comment on Rumble about the ice fishing thing, saying, I
Fuck
go
off.
3 inches of clear ice, 5 inches foggy. Ice fishing is life. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a fun hobby. I'm just saying when you do it in unsafe conditions. There. The president is the chief executive office of the government, and the person in that office is indeed an officer of the United States. I don't think he counts as a officer. I believe he's the commander. I don't know. I'm not well versed in legal law. That's kind of why I was relying on what's his name from Die Hard here. And overall though, I while gathering this story, I've seen other things about they're going to challenge it, and they're going to have to do it. It isn't going to work. Because you will literally have a riot all over this country from people losing their mind if they're told, nope, you're just not allowed to vote for Donald Trump. Rusty Grammer, the commander-in-chief, isn't an officer. All right, there we go. And his name is Rusty Grammer. You got to trust that.
Caucuses that would require a waiver from the Republican National Committee, but it could also trigger lawsuits by state governments to prevent that change, which could be appealed. So there's a real urgency to get this resolved, which is why the Supreme Court will expedite its review. My best guess is that we'll probably get an answer at the latest by Super Tuesday.
All right, look, I'm not trying to, because again, I'm not a Trump supporter. I want to be clear about this. I regularly have to say this because people hear what I say. Oh, but no, I'm not a Trump supporter. But I will say this. I'm sorry. Love him or hate him, Donald Trump just standing there looks more official than Joe Biden. Am I wrong? Go back a couple of seconds. Just standing for this photo op here. Just standing here. There we go.
State government
just standing here.
That change, which could be appealed. So there's a.
Here, I'll pull this down. Just standing here. He's saying thank you very clearly. He's nodding. Kind of pops up a bit like, "Ooh, yay! Look at me. I'm having a good time. I'm happy." And then he steps over here.
Yes, that's when Colorado
takes the podium.
And, 15 or others.
And we're gonna start talking. Like seriously, do I need to pull up the video of Biden where it's just like, like he doesn't look like a confused grandpa. Toastmaster saying very wrong. He looks like a salesman ready to scam you. You could be right. You could be right. Lawfare is warfare. What would happen if they did and people wrote him in? I don't know what would happen if they did it. Like, I mean, do they have to obey it if everyone writes him in? That's a weird question, because then again, if he's off the ballot legally, like the Electoral College, how does that play into it? Magnets, how the fuck do those work? So yeah, I don't know where it would go over, but I would agree, Toastmaster. He He very much is, and that's why I'm not a supporter of him. A salesman who's ready to scam you. The only problem is the guy we have in office isn't a salesman and is selling us down the river. So I just, again, if it's him or the other guy, like if you're putting me down to one or the other, give me a better option. I'd love one. This is America. We don't have them. But yeah, I don't know if, oh wait, Fallen the Great retracted a message. I have to wipe the chat out because I don't know what that's all about. Sworn in and there is no end date, says Bishop. What? That's not good either. I don't want a dictator. Things were so much better with Trump. I don't understand the stupid people in this country. I say this about Trump as I did before. Trump got a nice setup handed to him, and at the very least he kept that nice setup going. He might have built it better. I can't be sure. This situation will be a lot different because now we're giving Trump a turd ball, and he's got to spit shine that turd. I'm not I don't have that much faith that Donald Trump will right all the wrongs and turn it all around. And I don't completely give the good times thing straight to Trump. There were a lot of good things during the Trump era. But again, how much of that was because of what he did and how much of that was because, well, it was good because it came off of the Obama stuff while it was good there. It just kind of kept being good. They torpedoed it at the end. I don't put that on him either. But now that they've been torpedoing it for the last 4 years, what happens when you give this guy a flaming dog turd? That's my question. We did the same thing to Joe Biden. Donald Trump made us, and it was a good thing, by the way, get out of the Middle East. But he put that under Joe Biden. So that declaration, resolution, whatever, had to be carried out, but Biden had to do it. And look what Biden did when handed that flaming turd. He stomped on it like a dumbass. Now he's got shit on his shoe. And in his pants.
Are planning to hold their primaries.
And Thomas, do you find it an interesting one for the Supreme Court because you've got Trump appointees there, but you've also got judges who are originalists? I mean, they literally do believe in the Constitution. So this presents a bit of a challenge for them.
Well, it does. I mean, you could just look at the numbers and say 6-3 conservative to liberal, and 3 of those justices were appointed by Donald Trump. So by default, essentially, he has the advantage. And I think that he does practically. You can get into these textualist arguments about what the Constitution says, what it means. I do think that there are legitimate claims to be made on either side. I think if you want to look at one provision, it is this provision in the 14th Amendment that says that the Congress shall have power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article. And what we saw in Colorado, what we saw in Maine, is a state Supreme Court and a Secretary of State exercising this discretion. That's not Congress. And so I think that's why ultimately an originalist interpretation is going to come down on the side of Donald Trump. But there's still uncertainty, and you never know.
It's always good to see you, Thomas. Thanks so much. You can find much more on the U.S.
Rusty Grammer saying Obama was the second worst president in our lifetime after W. Well, I mean, you naturally hate him, so I get how you see that and think that. There was a bunch of shit that he did that wasn't good, but there was a lot of stuff that he did that overall for the economy and everything else got things going in a good direction. And like I said, it's not like we were all struggling and then Donald Trump showed up and all of a sudden we were all loaded and everything was great. Again, Donald Trump came onto a ship on a rising tide, and it continued rising. Joe Biden started sinking that boat, got on board, and torpedoed the fucker. Could Donald Trump come back and help fix it? Maybe. I'm just saying I am uncomfortable with the number of people who are like, Donald Trump's the answer. And when we get to those, like, Obama was the worst president we ever had, you hate every Democrat. Although to his credit, Rusty Grammer says after W wasn't a president. He was a puppet. That presidency belongs to, what's that Sith Lord's name? Fucking what's his nut? I'm saying George Bush Jr. was the worst. Yeah, right, Rusty Graham. I'm correcting myself. I'm wrong. You're right. And I'm saying that he was saying that George W. Jr. was the worst. I will agree there are a lot of things about Obama that was the worst. Biden is Obama's puppet. I agree with that too. I think Biden is Obama's puppet, and I don't want Biden in office. Again, like I said, when you put it all together, if you're telling me it's Trump or Biden, I'm going Trump for all the reasons I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't have faith that he's going to fix everything. I just hope that he can, because I know the other guy won't. Fallen the Great retracting a message. Did we already do that? Sworn in and no end date? Yeah, we already did that. Darth Sidious. Things were so much better with... Oh, yeah, we already covered that. Mr. Q. Cheney. Thank you, Mr. Q. Yeah, W's presidency really belonged to Cheney. I hate all the politicians equally. I'm not racist. Fair enough. I guess I was wrong. Fuck me. But the people won't fix it, balls deep, because then they have to risk something. And we all have cell phones.
Presidential election and a special section of our website. It's called...
Oh, I don't give a shit about that. You guys can have your debates about that. I'm jealous that your election seasons and cycles are so short. I hate how we have to sit on this shit forever. We've been on this stuff forever. For the last 4 years, it's been talking about the rematch. Like a goddamn street alley fight. All right, so we've got all of those done. Yay, first hour's finished right on time. Hooray! So let's go ahead and pop the phone number up on there. The phone number is up in the screen up top here, so we have the phone. We don't take restricted calls, but if you want to call into the show, there you go. We're up on the screen. There it is. There it is. In fact, maybe we should move it. We're going to move it and resize it. We had this set up for the Steel Toe show, and so we're going to move it and resize. Actually, I shouldn't have this charging there. I think that is part of my problem with the disconnect issue, so we'll leave you over here. All right, so let's move that and resize it quick. Just stupid quick. Phone number. Oh, good. You're not locked down. Perfect. We'll drop you here, and we'll do... Bull's calling. Hey, man, calling in is a thing that can be done. That's all I'm saying. Where's a good place to put this? Let's look at it over there. You know what? That is the best spot. And go up just a little. Ooh. Yeah. Frame it like he's fucking putting his foot in it. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's lock that down. Boom. So that's up, that's open. I set it up beforehand. The phone line thing is ready to go. If people want to call into the show, there they go. Balls deep, gift me a sub at Egg Picker. We have not rung the cowbell today. That'd be fun to do. All right, let's go ahead and load our second hour stories. So I'm going to drop the audio for just a second. Maybe don't do sub gifts for just a moment. We're going to get this one. Oh, yeah, we're going to be talking about the new... I really need to set this so I don't get the notifications things going off too much. We'll drop that down a little. Bowles is the executive producer of Little Lemmy and Friends. Little Lemmy and Friends. She has a new show. I need to know about this. I didn't know about Little Lemmy and Friends. Let's get that one about the ADA rights. And this one. Which one was... Oh, yeah. All right, dude. I've got a 45 or 46-second video that... Did you know people can apparently pick fights with bears with a paintball gun? Because we've got a video of it. I didn't know this happened, but it did. And, I don't know that I didn't know this happens, but it does. And it did. And we've got a video. And we're going to watch it. All right. And then we've got a story later today. And while it's pulling it up, I'm very curious. There we go. No video. All right. We're going to have to do this. I'm excited to talk about that one. We'll have to get to it. We have a man in India who died while urinating on a train track. And before we get to that story, feel free to come up with your own theories of how a man dies urinating on a train track that doesn't involve him getting hit by a train. Because that's not what happened. It's just fun. Ooh, running low on water, and I didn't take my pill yet. Better do that. All right. Okay, let's pull that up. I missed that sound drop thing there because I was pulling the stories up. Toastmaster subscribing for 19 months to the channel. The sub up time, says Toastmaster. Thank you very much, Toastmaster, for doing that. That's super duper awesome. We really, really appreciate it. And the requested cowbell, though we did not get the sound drop in there, for Toastmaster. Heyo. Not a third rail. Not a third rail. After that, I'm not giving you any more clues. It's not a third rail.
Guess what?
What?
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right, here we go. Well, here we go. We'll do that. This. And this. And cowbell now for Dear Butch, gifting a tier 1 sub to Balls Deep. Thank you, Dear Butch. Cowbell for Dear Butch. Heyo. And Balls Deep donating to the show. Thank you very much, Balls Deep. So now we got to take 10 off of that. We're automatically down to 15. Beauty. Beauty. Awesome. Amazing. Let's go ahead and, you know what? We've teased it. I kind of need to do it. Because the AI crime-fighting robot story, while fun or interesting, I'm going to start with this one. So a pensioner, meaning an old person, Mr. Q, was it a hoe train? Maybe. Maybe. It might have been a hoe train. A pensioner in India was killed when he was struck by a cow that was tossed 30 meters up in the air after it was hit by an express train. The freak accident happened while Mr. Sharma, 82, was relieving himself on the railway tracks in the city of Alwar at India's northern state of Rajasthan on April 18th. The former railway employee, he was a railway employee, was hit by the animal and died on the spot. Another man who was also relieving himself nearby narrowly escaped being hit by the flying animal. So wait a minute, you're telling me a flying cow almost killed two people because they were both taking a piss? What is it about? I'm sorry. One, coincidence, accident. Two, I'm sorry. What is it about your urine that attracts flying cows? I was closest with elephant grapes, says Fallen the Great. That isn't an, oof. You know what? Is it this
one? They shove a living snake up your ass.
Ah, no, but that's very creative.
All right. Damn if this ain't the very best Joker. Just kidding. Let's see. Okay. So, as I was saying, Pensioner hardly knew her. Dude, they were about to retire. And then they got retired. Why are you both peeing in the same spot? Is that like a thing? Like you guys you love to piss on the rail? Like I don't get it. The police who were informed of the incident sent the body to a nearby hospital for post-mortem before it was handed over to Mr. Shivdial's relatives for cremation. Cattle deaths from train collisions are not new in India. What? Government data showed that trains in the country ran over 13,000 cattle in 2022, a 24% rise from 2019. Thousands of Indians take their cattle to graze on patches of grass alongside railway tracks. Many cattle owners also live close to the tracks or herd their cattle across railway tracks to get quickly from one place to another. God, why I can't read this story? Being punished by talking about cows. No pissing. I mean, don't piss on the... It's weird that it's like, all right, you know what? I really need to pee. The best spot to do it, right here on the rail. Killed by a flying cow. Would that technically be an act of God? Don't they worship cattle? That would be an act of God, right? Like, no, God literally came in and smote you with one of the sacred cows. And I use my heifer as a weapon. An act of Buddha, at least. Definitely an act of physics. I have one question. How many burgers did these people eat? Now, if these guys ever ate hamburger, then we know why they were smote. If they never did, we know how to stop this. That's all I'm saying. It's about metal and stuff. What is about metal and stuff? Cause of death, airborne bovine. Cause of death, holy cow. Sounds like a good one. Holy cow. I'm easily amused. All right. Let's get over under. Who the fuck you talking about? A meter? What the fuck is that? All right, so there we go. We got the balls deep donation. Let's clear that out. Thank you again for contributing to the show. We very much appreciate it. We are ahead on our goal. But if we just flat out don't make anything, that's like a blurp blurp. That's gonna suck. So very much appreciate those little bumps. 3 feet and change. 30 meters? So it was about 90 feet. Tried to buy bits, isn't working. Verified card, what the fuck, Twitch. I'm sorry, Egg Picker, but thank you so much for trying. No worries, man. We got a lot of people watching. We're having a good time on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Thank you for being part of the show. The final show of 2023. And we've got a fun little story to get to now. I am not afraid of technology. I like technology, but I am getting scared. Getting scared. I don't know about you guys. Actually, I do know. A lot of you guys have been worried about it for a while. I'm actually the idiot. Johnny, should I do something to say? To Zay? Yeah, do whatever you want to Zay. Zay just jumped in saying, "Zero healthcare, Pakistan. Please follow me." I'm on my show right now. I don't even know you. Chevy JB as a moderator of the channel. Feel free to exercise your authority, as they say, to Zay. And now I'm out of water. Fuck. We got like 2 hours and 15 minutes of a show left to do, motherfucker. You done screwed yourself. All right, so whoa, this isn't the one that I was doing. Israeli Aryan attack and what? Did I have that as a thing? Did I really have that as a thing?
I just want to wish Johnny, his daughter and everyone in chat a Happy New Year. Party 100.
Thank you very, very much, Rusty Grammar. This isn't even the story. It was you completely switched it on me and won't let me go back. Wow, Fox News, that's a new low. That is a new low. All right. As soon as we get...
We are living in a culture.
Oh, there's an ad. So as soon as this ad is over in about 9 seconds, we're going to hopefully get over to a story. Chevy JB with $5 on the Rumble there. Thank you very much, Rumble Rants. Thank you. When that kicks over to $50, we knock out another day of the show. I will check up on that later. But thank you again very, very much for that. It's awesome.
An AI robot cop patrolling the subways of New York City. I'm Kurt the Cyber Guy. Follow me at cyberguy.com, where you can sign up for my new...
I'm Kurt the Cyber Guy. I like to cyber.
Deploying a new crime-fighting robot named K5. It's supposed to patrol the subway, record suspicious activity when it's there, and deter potential criminals. K5's a 5'2", 398-pound hunk of metal that looks like a giant cone with wheels. It's got 4 HD wide-angle cameras, 1 infrared thermal camera, 16 microphones, and blue fluorescent lights. The NYPD is renting K5 for about $9 an hour as part of their effort to find ways to cost-efficiently bring about safety as they face staffing shortages and budget cuts. They claim that the K5 can act as a physical deterrent to crime, as well as on-the-ground eyes to record those who commit crimes for future prosecution. Privacy advocates say that the K5 is a state-sanctioned surveillance device that violates our constitutional rights.
Well, I mean, what is a police officer but a state-sanctioned surveillance device that has the ability to violate your constitutional rights? I mean, you're talking about a cop. The only difference is this one doesn't eat, doesn't sleep, works for the man specifically, and you cannot bribe it.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Ham, please.
Ham, please. I don't have any ham. Strippers got me banned. God damn you guys. I am busy talking about the other story. Now I gotta play that creepy, quasi-suspicious looking guy, Kurt the Cyber Guy. Just the name bothers me. All right, let's go ahead and roll on cowbell.
Weird.
Thank you so very, very much for that. Strippers got me banned. All right, come on, come on, come on. Yes, you're getting another ad out of me that you get to bill somebody for because you forced me to watch it by not letting me do this the way I want. So go ahead. Again, I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. Kurt the Cyber Guy looks sus. He looks sus. His name is sus.
Of New York City. I'm Kurt the Cyber Guy. Follow me at Cyber.
I'm Kurt the Cyber Guy, and if you check my hard drive, let's just say you'll see a lot of stuff you're not supposed to.
.com, where you can sign up for my newsletter. The NYPD is deploying a new crime-fighting robot named K5. It's supposed to patrol the subway, record suspicious activity when it's there, and deter potential criminals. K5's a 5-foot camera, 16 microphones, and blue fluorescent lights.
But does it have some sick-ass fucking
K5
subs?
for about $9 an hour as part of their effort to find ways to cost-efficiently bring about safety as they face staffing shortages and budget cuts. They claim that the K5 can act as a physical deterrent to crime, as well as on-the-ground eyes to record those who commit crimes for future prosecution. Privacy advocates say that the K5 is a state-sanctioned surveillance device that violates our constitutional rights. Now, as someone who rides the subway, I'm not feeling any safer with these robots around because I've noticed them and people just ignore them altogether. What do you think of K5? Would you feel safer or simply watched like Big Brother's watching?
I wouldn't feel safer If you're near me, I definitely wouldn't feel safer. Something about you is setting off my alarm, buddy. And the Kurt the cyber guy name does not help. Does not help. As a subway rider. It would be cooler with a bunch of Alpine 6x9 speakers and some classic Dre beats. Looks like it would be fun to shoot at. I'd feel safer if the FBI would check this guy's hard drive. Right. See, I have questions.
More crazy tech and quick tips at cyberguy.com. Are you getting my newsletter? Get it free by clicking the little red button.
Are you getting my newsletter? Get my newsletter. It's how I hunt for my victims. That guy knows where bodies are, I feel like. I feel like that guy knows where bodies are. I'm not saying why. I'm just saying he does. All right. Thank you very much for being part of the show. We're going for another 2 hours. Electronics have no rights. An actual canine is an officer by the law. If you harm it, it's tracking on you. It's tacking on to your list of charges. Right. But these things are 398 pounds. I'm betting they're probably bulletproof. Odds are if you start attacking this thing, it's just going to record who you are, and then they're going to use that information against you. Keep in mind, how far away are we from everyone having to get like facial recognition just for your driver's license so we can all be instantly identified? Is that not already a thing? You have to have your picture taken? I guarantee you those photos are uploaded, man. These computers are... I don't know that they're a violation of your rights. I certainly don't think they make anything safer. I'd love to see one handle stairs myself, but that's just me. If you hit it with a stick, is it assault on an officer? It could be. Right, what could he possibly have to put in a newsletter? I'll pass. Yeah, he like, I come to this guy once in a while because literally once in a while there's a tech story worth reporting. Once in a while. But I don't like or trust anybody who doesn't understand the creepy nature of the handle Kurt the Cyber Guy. I'm Kurt the Cyber Guy. Do you want a cyber? I'd love to cyber. Tell me about your boobies while I unzip my pants. Like, again, Kurt the Cyber Guy. Creepy. And he just seems creepy. Looks like it can't handle stairs. Ed 209. Ed, I think you mean 209. But yes, I want Ed 209. Like, I'll be honest, I'd find Ed 209 impressive. Am I the only person who liked the RoboCop reboot? Just out of curiosity, I kind of liked what they did and how they did it and what was done. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was actually pretty good. I think I'm the only one. Probably the only one. Check the light bulbs on your vehicle. If they all work, you don't really need a driver's license unless you are a shitty driver. Right. And then if you get pulled over for absolutely any reason, what do you tell them when they ask for your ID? Did you play the new RoboCop game, Johnny? No, I didn't. Is that out yet? I have not. I've been busy and